We have some major breaking news that has been announced that Andres Perez is out of Spire Motorsports effective immediately, but will join Niece Motorsports for the remainder of the season. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty massive and major breaking news, as it has been announced and confirmed that Andres Perez is out at Spire Motorsports effective immediately. Here's a statement from Spire Motorsports President Bill Anthony on the release of Andres Perez. He says, Andres has made meaningful progress this season, and we remain confident in his future. While we haven't finalized our 2026 plans for the number 77 team, we wanted to give him the opportunity to look ahead and pursue other options for the remainder of this year and beyond. He's a hard worker, carries himself with humility, and brings a consistently positive attitude to the garage. He comes from a great family, and we fully expect him to continue making strides as part of Chevrolet's driver development program. We're proud to have been part of his journey, and we'll continue to cheer him on. Now, where will Andres Perez go for the remainder of the season? Well, it was announced as soon as the announcement came out, it was announced and confirmed that Andres Perez will drive the number 44 for Niece Motorsports starting this weekend at Richmond Raceway. Here's a statement from Niece Motorsports on the announcement. Niece Motorsports has announced, and of course the driver won the ARCA Championship last season, Andres Perez has inked a deal to complete the remainder of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season with Niece Motorsports beginning this weekend at Richmond Raceway, as they say in the statement. The latest addition of the organization's driver lineup comes on the heels of Andres announcing his permission to seek other opportunities outside the number 77 entry, where he competed for the first 17 races of the year. Here's what Andres said about this. Overall, I'm really excited about the upcoming races with Niece Motorsports. Making a change mid-season always has its challenges, but the team I are working hard to be 100% by the time Richmond comes. I'm really focusing on having a good race there and feeling very motivated with how the team has treated me. I feel the team is also motivated with having me there as a whole. Here's what he also said. It feels like things are working well, and I'm ready to start a good foundation and build from there for the last 8 races. I want to go out there and show what we've got. I'm expecting some good results starting in Richmond, which is a track that I don't know, but I'm putting a lot of emphasis in the pre-race work to go out there and start getting good results with the team, which is also something we are looking at as well. Here's what Cody Efos said about bringing him in. We are preparing for a bright future ahead of us at Niece Motorsports. Adding Andres to our talent arsenal is an enticing addition as we look to finish out the year strong. While it is difficult to hear of another team scaling back their program, we saw this as an opportunity for our team to grow our footprint in the truck series. We have more exciting news coming out in the near future, and I look forward to seeing our team unload 4 fast Chevrolet Silverados starting at Richmond. There's obviously been a lot of rumors and speculation. We kind of talked about this on the channel a couple weeks back. I know the NASCAR Rumor Nostalgia account had kind of reported that Andres was not going to be back at Spire Motorsports for the remainder of the season. There was talk it was going to be after IRP. He did run at Watkins Glen, a track that he was really good at, had really good pace and speed. Unfortunately, got caught up in an incident in a crash in that event. But there was a lot of talk and speculation that Andres was not going to be back because rumors were with the number 77 truck was going to be shutting down that truck for the remainder of the season. Look, Spire Motorsports this year has definitely taken a step backwards in their performance. They've had 4 trucks this year, and I'll be honest, I think them expanding to a 4-truck program from the get-go unfortunately hurt them. The 07 truck has really struggled this year. Yes, Kyle Larson has won with that truck this year at Homestead. We got to remember Corey Heim dominated the Truck Series race at Homestead before the issues came up with Corey Heim. He dominated, and Kyle Larson took advantage of that, and Larson did not win at Bristol. Other drivers like Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, Patrick Emmerling, BJ McLeod, who've gone behind the wheel of that truck, Justin Haley, have all struggled in that truck this year and just have not had the pace and speed behind the wheel of that truck. And of course, the 7 truck has been the strongest truck this year for that program, with them having wins with Kyle Busch, having really good runs with Corey Day this year, having solid runs with other drivers behind the wheel, like Brendan Butter being Queen, and other people behind the wheel as well, like even Justin Haley, who drove the truck at one point. I'm pretty sure Carson Hocevar got a win. And other guys have done decent, but we haven't seen the consistent performance from them. And the 71 truck of Rajah, while Raj has had some good speed this year, Raj is like 11 or 12 in the points. And granted, he does have that win from earlier this year at Nationals, so that definitely will help him not miss the playoffs this season. But I think this is the best direction that they could have gone at this point to basically shut down at least one of their trucks. I think expanding to 4 trucks going into the year really unfortunately affected this team in a really bad way, sadly. Because I think when you expand to too many trucks in your arsenal, it can affect you in a really, really big way. So what does this mean for Andres? Well, like I mentioned a second ago, as I mentioned earlier in the press release, Andres will be with Niece Motorsports the remainder of the year. Breakard had originally reported this on his channel, talked about this, but he will be with the team for the remainder of the season. He technically is kind of replacing Caden Honeycutt at this point, though Caden Honeycutt, of course, drove the 45. The 44 truck, we all know early in this year, was supposed to be originally driven by Christian Rose, who, of course, did not get the chance and opportunity to drive for the program due to having funding issues early in the season. They've had other drivers this year, like Bailey Curry, Ross Chastain. And because the truck series are about to begin their class, you can't have Cup guys come down and run in those trucks. But so because Andres Perez does bring sponsorship and funding to the table, that's a really big reason why Andres is getting this opportunity. So I'm going to be real and honest with you guys. While I like Andres, and yes, he did win the championship last year with the organization he drove for, that being Rev Racing. The competition in ARCA has not been that strong. I will say it's more strong this year with Brendan Butterby Queen dominating this season, being really, really good, having 4 or 5 wins already this year. And other drivers having some decent competition. He didn't really have any competition last year, didn't win a single race because the 18 and the 28 cars last year were really strong, with Connor Zilch winning a lot of races, and of course William Sawalsh winning a lot of races last season. There just really isn't that competition factor in ARCA currently at the moment. So I do think Andres does have talent, and I think he has shown potential at times this year. I really haven't been that impressed. I thought he'd be closer this year to guys like Gio Ruggiero on the Rookie of the Year running, and I just haven't seen that at this point. And I will say Niece Motorsports is a little bit of a slight downgrade currently at the moment compared to Spire, but I also think that it makes sense why they're bringing him in, because he brings sponsorship and funding to the table. As for Spire Motorsports, there's obviously a lot of rumors that Spire may be headed to the Xfinity Series next season. There's talk they could be having some sort of talk with Colleague Racing. I know Chris Rice has denied those rumors at this point, but there's a lot of talk around that, and when there's a lot of rumors, they're kind of increased. I think then there's that really big chance and possibility on that front. For Andres, I really hope he can run well and finish off the season really well with this organization. With Niece, I think it's a solid organization to go to. I really wasn't a fan of them releasing Caden. This is definitely a downgrade over Caden Honeycutt personally, and a downgrade between guys like Ross and Carson Osbar as well. I really hope he can run really, really solid and show some really good speed with this team for the remainder of the year, and have a good way to maybe end the season with this program and team. We'll see how Andres does. I don't expect Andres to be a factor this week in the 44 truck. I think we'll have top 15 speed, but Andres has to run really well. Hope he can prove me wrong and do really well. We'll see if he can have a great ending to the season with Niece Motorsports, and I also would expect him to be full-time with Niece next year at this point, with sponsorship and funding coming into the program. So that is going to take special breaking news report of Andres Perez joining up with Niece Motorsports and being let go of Spire. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me to Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go more of that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. How do you think Andres Perez is going to do for the remainder of the season with Niece? Do you think he's going to do well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And what are your thoughts about the potential future of Spire being in question? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If any other major news breaks later today, we'll discuss it live on the channel. If not, the next time you're going to see me is tomorrow, where we may do a NASCAR news video if a lot of news breaks later today, though there may not be one. There might be a silly season update dropping tomorrow. Who knows at this point? There also will be Truck Series race picks dropping on Wednesday. We'll also have a news video. Then Thursday, Cup race picks, along with, of course, the paint scheme video. And then Friday, we'll have the truck review, Cup qualifying reactions, and maybe a news video. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we'll have some special content dropping, and we'll have an updated 2026 silly season predictions potentially as well. We got content coming out, people like Haley Deegan, Shane Gisberg, and Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Ball, also Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Cletus Farm, Dodge Ram, Christian Rose, you name it, Tony Breidinger, Kaylee Bryson, Jade Evadissian, Brent Cruz, you name it, Carson Quaffle, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, all the good stuff. We'll talk about it on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.